Right, sorry for the disruption. We had a short power cut where I live. So let's continue. So talking about employee liability insurance, injuries or illness to employees relating to motorcycle accidents may be covered separately by motor insurance. So this is strictly insurance that is covering what happens to your staff while at your office, while working for you. There are a number of organizations that are applying to various aspects of safety for your customers, right? For example, Civil Aviation Authority, established in 1972. What do they do? Well, they are responsible for all aspects of flight. Okay, they are responsible for managing everything to do that's related to flying within the United Kingdom. Okay, so they've got very widespread responsibility. They license aerodromes and airports. If you want to be an engineer for a plane, you have to get a qualification from the CAA. Okay, and another organization is ABTA, the Association of British Travel Agents. Okay, yeah. ABTA is an organization that if you have a issue with a customer, then you will be required to meet ABTA, and ABTA will listen to both sides of the issue, and they will be involved in arbitration. They'll make a decision on what the issue is, whether the customer should get compensation, that type of issue. ABTA is an organization that provides insurance policies for various aspects of travel business. Association of British Travel Agents, okay, they are involved in creating providing support for travel agents. So they primary focus is on the quality of holiday offered by its agents and handles customer complaints. So when a customer will complain, they will complain to you, your organization. If they don't get satisfaction from your organization, they may complain to the Association of British Travel Agents, and that is a arbitration service that they provide. Okay. Another organization is the Association of Independent Tour Operators. Okay, so this is a professional organization. They oversee standards. They look at the standards that are required to create overseas holidays and to be basically able to provide high quality travel. So they're looking at aspects of financial security. If you comply with ATO, you have the insurance that's required, your brochures and websites are accurate, you have monitoring in place, and you're involved in sustainable tourism, all of these issues. Another issue, Federation of Tour Operators, FTO, very similar type of concerns, but they're more concerned with issues like health and safety and providing operational support for organizations. Passenger shipping organization. Okay, well, they are obviously more related to travel by sea than by air. Incoming Tour Operators Association. So they're involved in advocacy and lobbying, which means they are trying to get the rules changed for the industry. So they will lobby the UK government to try to get laws changed and to get amendments. Okay, so there are a number of organizations in place to protect your customers. There are also a number of organizations provided by the UK government that help your customers when they have issues. Possibly the main issue, the main organization is the embassy. Every country has an embassy, and maybe they have more branches with the same embassy. If two countries have diplomatic agreements, diplomatic arrangements, they will have an embassy. So if you need a passport abroad, this is where you will go. If you need visas, you may have to go to the embassy of the country that you're going to get a visa. So they have a number of duties. Their purpose is to represent the country in another country and address diplomatic issues. If there's a problem between two governments, then the ambassador will be called to the government office and will have to give an explanation for what the issues are. Security, political, economic, trade issues are all dealt with by the embassy, but for your customers, if they lose a passport, they will go to the embassy to get it replaced. If they need a visa, they'll go to the embassy of the country that they wish to visit to get a visa. The ambassador is the head of the embassy, so he represents the country abroad. So the UK ambassador, British ambassador, is part of the government in the United Kingdom. And as I said before, if there's a problem between two countries, the ambassador will be called, and the ambassador will be the person that the countries communicate between. In addition, they may have a consulate. So a consulate is a somewhat smaller body. It's similar to an embassy, but has a lot less functions. So they're generally located in larger tourist cities, but not the capital. So, for example, for the United Kingdom, maybe there will be a consulate in Chiang Mai, maybe there'll be a consulate in Pattaya. They generally don't replace passports. They generally don't replace visas, that type of thing. But the consulate can manage any issues that foreigners have while they're abroad. And it says here they're found in parts of the world with large expatriate populations. So particularly in Pattaya, the United Kingdom, there's a lot of British people in the Pattaya. And so as a result, you may have a consulate there. Okay, and they can do visas, but my understanding is they can't replace passports. And they are there to assist people if they are ill or if they are subject to violent crime. They can register births and that type of thing. So, but their role is very much scaled back, and very often you may have to go to the embassy for some functions. The High Commission is rather different. Okay, so they are particularly in Commonwealth countries. So the British Commonwealth includes countries like Australia, New Zealand, South Africa is in the British Commonwealth, Canada is in the British Commonwealth. And the High Commission is very similar to an embassy, but they're dealing more with Commonwealth countries rather than international countries. So they are in India, they're in places like Australia. The High Commission is essentially there to help with issues of trade between Commonwealth countries and to facilitate trade and business in those countries. So the High Commission has a consular section like an embassy. It has a commercial section and a management section, and it also deals with things like press releases and public relations overseas. So what's the main difference between an embassy and a High Commission? Embassies, diplomatic missions, they're not in Commonwealth countries. So, for example, we have an embassy in Thailand, the United Kingdom, but in Australia, we will have an embassy and a High Commission. Okay. Okay, and they do actually come under the control of an ambassador, but they also have another person in control called a High Commissioner. Okay, all right, good. Now we're at the end of the slides for today. We've only got UKB online at the moment. Do you have any questions that you would like to ask before we conclude?
No, I have no questions.
Okay, then I think we will finish a little bit early. Thank you for coming, and I'll hopefully see you at Fin in the future. Have a great day, what's left of it. Bye-bye.
Thank you.